Alright, what is going on, you guys? It's Kevin, Full Metal Ginger, and yeah, sorry, I got another tape update to do for you today. I know I talked last time, it was probably going to be CDs this time, but I just got a lot of stuff in here over the last couple weeks that I really wanted to knock out first. This is just a little bit more special to me because most of these were sent from friends, so that's always just something I really treasure a little bit more, and I appreciate a little bit more, so I definitely want to, give credit where credit is due. So I did make another order with Eli, Dark Hymns from the Cold North. I'm sure you all know his channel by now. Went through his distro. I mean, I'm telling you guys, plenty of really obscure black metal stuff. Pretty much all black metal, if I'm not mistaken. But I find cool stuff in there all the time, and I'm trying to hook you up. Look down there, links below. So check it out. I mean, I'll find stuff in there like left and right that I have to have. So another order from him. I think I got four tapes, but one that got misplaced, so he hasn't been able to find it yet. So as soon as he finds it, he's going to send it to me. So he sent me something else in its place. So it was, kind of out of the ordinary when it comes to, what he sends through his distro. So that was kind of fun. Was not expecting that one at all. I'll get to it in a second. And on one of those streams that all the other YouTubers are doing, I think I was on there talking about, I'm not really familiar with punk or hardcore. I don't know where to start, where to begin, what I would even really be that into. And so Pat from Ground Zero Salem, he was cool enough to make a mixtape for me of just all kinds of stuff. And I'm, really, really digging that, really trying to burn through it and absorb it and kind of experience it and see what I really like. And it's been really helpful, honestly. So I'm definitely looking at checking out more of those bands and getting some material from them to throw in the old collection here. So yeah, and then after that we've got just some tapes that I wanted to get knocked out before they just kind of get lost in the black hole that is my collection of stuff that I've never talked about, that I've had forever now. So we'll go ahead and knock some of that out. So we will do Eli's stuff first, and I want to say beforehand, before he comments and says, hey, what the hell, he did send me a split 7-inch, but I had another record come in, and I was just like, yeah, I kind of want to throw those together just to, I don't know why, it doesn't really matter, but just if I'm going to talk vinyl, I might as well knock it all out at one time. So yeah, we'll probably do that in the next video, I guess. Alright, so soundtrack. Today I just kind of felt like something classic, some old school 90s death metal, and we've got some Bolt Thrower. The Fourth Crusade. I don't know if it's everyone's favorite. It's what most people talk about when they're talking classic Bolt Thrower. It's definitely up there for me. I don't know if I would consider it my all-time favorite, but it is what it is. I think we all know Bolt Thrower by now, so there you go. And before I forget, let me know in the comments. I've been doing a lot of just specifically tape videos or CDs or vinyl. Those are fun and all, but I do kind of like doing just a mishmash of everything. If you prefer, specific formats in a video, or you just throw it all together however you want. Not that it really matters, but yeah. I just kind of want to do like a big mishmash, kind of getting bored of just, one format. So let me know if that'd be something you're interested in. Alright, let me get me something to drink. You'd think they'd start sponsoring these videos as much as I have them on here. But whatever. Alright, let's talk about some black metal. So these first four are the ones he sent me within the last couple weeks. And the two after that I've actually had in a while, and I meant to talk about them and somehow never did. Or at least I don't think I did. So, yeah. We'll go ahead and get those done while we're at it, because they've been in here forever now. So the first one we have is a Australian black metal band, and I mean, it's pretty straightforward stuff, nothing you haven't heard before. But this is Nuclear Winter with Pain, Slavery, and Desertion. They're 2002 full length, if I'm not mistaken. Their very first one, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is their debut. Like I was saying, I mean, it's I don't want to sound like I'm running it down or denigrating it or whatever, but I mean, it's pretty straightforward stuff. I mean, mid-pace style of black metal, not a lot of blasting, stuff like that. Riffs that kind of go on forever and ever. I'm only kind of saying this just because I know some people don't like that style of black metal. They prefer, a little bit more variety. But for me, this is pretty much my go-to style when it comes to this type of stuff, for the most part. So I mean, I'm just kind of telling you all this to let you know what this kind of sounds like. I think, let's see who put this out. Winterreich put this one out. I don't know if it was just the jewel case, or sorry, the J card, and because it's just on a dub tape, so I didn't bother to look to see if they all came like this. So it may be just, you know, someone had the J card and just threw the tape in there with it. I'm not sure. I meant to ask Eli about it, but I kind of forgot. For comparison, I mean, nothing really popped out at me when I was trying to think of what does this kind of remind me of. I don't know. Maybe something like Drowning the Light, but a little less atmospheric. You know, like those types of riffs really flow, and they have, you know, highs and lows and midpoints and all the atmosphere in it. This is just kind of stays in its own lane. So it's like Drowning the Light a little bit more stripped down, basically. I mean, that's kind of a far out comparison, but that's just, you know, kind of off the top of my head what comes to mind. But some really cool stuff. I mean, you got the whole war theme and everything, and it's, I don't know, it's just it's a fun listen. I don't want to make it sound like I'm shitting on it, because I'm not. I mean, I'm, you know, really enjoying this type of stuff, and yeah, I mean, I don't know. You guys let me know what you think about it. It's still kind of spinning around the brain a little bit, but yeah, I've been enjoying this for sure. Alright, this next one, I don't know how you're going to feel about it. This one took me a few listens. This is one I just kind of, it was a blind buy, and I was like, yeah, let's check this out. This seems interesting. Just on the name for once, I was like, well, that's probably going to be some cheesy stuff, which I really dig most of the time. And but this is not what I was expecting at all. So if you have heard this, or, you know, you check out the links and everything, let me know what you think about it. This is also a debut full length from Unholy Archangel-Obsessed By War. Greek black metal this time, and their debut. Did I say that already? They're also their debut full length. In terms of style, it's pretty similar to like Archgoat. But the problem with this is some raw stuff, but it's raw to the point where it's kind of hard to tell what's going on. The guitars are so scratchy. I mean, it's to the point where I'm listening and I hear a tempo change, but I kind of like, okay, you know, it takes me a second for my brain to kind of figure out, you know, what happened to the music, where did it go, and, you know, it kind of went up or went down, or kind of, you know, mellowed off a little bit. I mean, it's just, it's, you know, I mean, raw quality stuff is good, it's fine, and this is black metal, obviously, but, you know, this stuff is more of the blasting style, and when you've got that, you know, blast beats out the ass and really fast riffs, you kind of need to, it needs to be a little bit crisper, in my opinion, to kind of tell what's going on and to kind of really grasp it. So, you know, I'm not trying to say it as a derogatory thing, you know, like where it's like, well, don't check it out because it's crap. I mean, it's cool to kind of check out new things and see how you feel about it. But I don't know, this one's just kind of, it's like it's not ultra raw like, you know, some Black Celice or stuff like that, but it's just, it's so, like I was saying, it's so scratchy. It's just really kind of hard to figure out what's going on. Here's the band and everything. But yeah, I would just kind of think it would help everything a little bit more if it was just a little bit sharper. Not that it's, you know, it sounds bad. It's just, again, it's just kind of hard to figure out where the music is flowing and everything. See, I mean, that's just kind of my one knock on it. That and the vocals are really unique. I mean, you hear, like, you know, if I'm going to talk about people doing like growling vocals, it's going to be more something like the, you know, the really deep stuff. This actually sounds like just a guy was, you know, out in the woods or something, just going, It's just, I'm not even doing it justice, man. You guys need to check this out. Just because I want feedback on this one especially. Just, am I, you know, like, way off the left field from talking about this one? It's whatever, so I'm not sure. So this was put out originally by Kill Yourself Productions. This one is on Infernal Command. I don't remember like what year this was reissued or whatever. That might be the only tape that was ever put out. I'm not even positive about that because I didn't bother to look it up. But yeah, let me know in the comments for sure if you heard this or if you check out the links or whatever, because I want to know. This is really interesting. Alright, moving on from that to something that I've been having a blast listening to. Brazilian black metal. This is Dethroned Christ with Roots of Ancient Evil. 2010 full length, if I'm not mistaken, and also another debut full length. So the best way I can describe this is think, you know, like Bathory, like first 4 or 5 albums of Bathory with gurgly black metal vocals, if that makes any sense to you at all. And if that sounds like something that you would probably be into, you definitely need to go check this out. Really cool artwork. I mean, it's just all the mid-paced riffs like you'd get in those old Bathory songs. They break out, you know, the 80s speed metal riffs every now and again. I mean, it's just a lot of fun to listen to. I don't know, it's black metal, it's not supposed to be fun, but, you know, it's whatever. Yeah, it's just really easy to get into, honestly. And I think a lot of you on here would really dig this. So it was put out, I think, by Hammer of Damnation, and Storm Distro's on here also, but I don't think any other labels ever touched this. I might be wrong about that. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. So check there, I guess, or you can go to Eli's Distro. So yeah, man, honestly, this one would be probably something you guys would be really into, I think, anyway. I really love it. Alright, and we'll get to the tape that he sent me as kind of like a holdover till the other one comes in, which I don't even remember what it was. I was trying to think. I was like, I even texted him, I was like, what did I even order from you? And he's like, I don't know, I'll have to look that up to even remember. Yeah, so I don't know, I'm not really that worried about it, but after all the black metal, this is kind of a weird thing to find in the package, but really cool. I've been trying to dig into this a little bit, and it's been a fun listen. This is Gillan-Glory Road, obviously one of the many side projects from Ian Gillan that has his name on it, from Deep Purple. Actually, I had to ask. I was like, Gillan? What the hell is that? And he's like, Deep Purple? I was like, oh yeah. I don't know, I was having a brain fart that day. But yeah, I mean, pretty much what you'd expect. Some like early 80s rock, heavy metal type of stuff. I mean, you know, pretty early on in the days of that kind of stuff. And I mean, it's nothing that you haven't heard before. I mean, you think of Ian Gillan and, you know, Deep Purple. I mean, pretty much everything on here is what you're going to think you're going to come across. Correct me if I'm wrong, I really don't remember. I looked it up and then just kind of forgot. I want to say this came out back in 1980 during one of his many stints away from Deep Purple. So, yeah, let me know if I'm wrong about that. But yeah, man, it's just kind of a fun listen to kind of take a break from all the extreme, you know, chaotic stuff that I'm listening to all the time. So it's kind of fun to, you know, break out something like this to kind of mellow it out a little bit. So I've been, that's definitely a cool surprise in the package. Alright, so let's get to these other two, and these are ones that I could have swore I'd talked about before, and I was kind of going through the whole tape collection down here, and I was like, oh shit, I don't think I have talked about that. I was like, probably need to go ahead and do that before it just gets completely lost in oblivion in here. So this next one is one of my favorite black metal bands of all time. I've talked about them, I don't want to say ad nauseum, but definitely in the early days of the channel, I was talking about them all the time. So this is the very first demo, I believe, the first release they ever put out, Nadiwrath. And it's just self-titled and everything. Came out in 2007, I want to say. And being, you know, one of my favorite black metal bands ever. I mean, it's just something I've always loved about them is just their style overall, really. You've got the, you know, really gnarly, abrasive, you know, raw stuff like it, and just ferocious shit like you would hear on like Dodsford records. Which, speaking of Dodsford, I've got some stuff in here I need to talk about soon. But we'll get to that eventually. But also, like, you know, when they get to their last album, Circle of Pest, which is definitely up there in terms of all-time favorite black metal albums. You've got the songwriting has been really, really intensified. You know, adding melody, adding, you know, atmosphere is a little bit better. Stuff like you would hear on like maybe some later Satanic Warmaster albums. So the kind of blending the two, it just, I don't know, they've really always stood out to me. And I don't know why more people don't talk about this band. I mean, they've got everything I've ever heard from them has been great. So trying to let you guys know, if you're looking for some black metal, definitely check this band out for sure. So this one, I forget who put this one out originally. This is on Wolfsfur Records. Fuck, I don't remember. Limited to 166. I have 125. So there you go. Yeah, like I was saying, you know, it's, you got the Dodsford style abrasion with, you know, like the crazy songwriting, very good songwriting, lots of melody, lots of atmosphere. But this stuff is, this is definitely in the early days, so it's kind of more the all harsh stuff, like, the ferocious shit like you would hear from Dodsford. So if that band is something that you like, or either of those bands, I guarantee you'll be into these guys. So please check them out. They're split up now, so I mean, I don't assume they'll be putting out anything else, and I don't think a lot of it's really all that hard to find. So, I mean, I don't have a lot of, really super obscure shit, and I've got like 3 different releases from them, so check them out. Alright, this one. At first, for a long time, I thought this was just a blank tape, and I was kind of like bummed about it, because it was, a really cool band. I'll just go ahead and show you. This is Black Murder with their promo from '94. French black metal band, part of the whole, Black Legion with, Mutilation, Vlad Tepes, shit like that. And they sound quite a bit like those bands. So I know under this version of Black Murder, they had this demo and 2 more. And then the band ended, and then there was another Black Murder that got started up, but it was the same member or the same founder of that band, but it was a completely different version of Black Murder. I don't know, some shit like that. But yeah, this is some fucking kick-ass shit. Black metal the way I like it. It's just very, I don't want to say it's scary, but you still get that kind of creeped out vibe from it. I mean, the vocals are just ungodly, evil sounding. I mean, just maniacally demonic, pretty much. I mean, the guitar tone is just so, I don't want to say disgusting. It's more like a death metal trope at this point, but it's just so scratchy and so, just torn up. I mean, everything just sounds like, what suffering sounds like. I'm really trying to paint a picture. You guys know that I'm not the best at describing this stuff, but I don't know, just really depraved, and that's kind of how it comes across. I'm pretty sure this is a bootleg, honestly, because this is all there is to it. It's got the song titles, and there's no label mention. There's no nothing in here. So I'm almost certain this is the bootleg. I know this is a different cover that originally came with it, so who knows? I mean, I don't know. But when it comes to black metal, this is just kind of what I'm, between this, like the Nadiwrath-S stuff, and just like the mid-pace stuff, like Nuclear Winter, like I was talking about, this is just what I'm really, really into. I mean, it's just, I don't know, it's just got that really sharp edge to it. There's no pretentiousness to it. It's just, no bullshit, no fucking around. It's just evil fucking black metal. So I think you guys would dig this if you haven't heard it. I would assume a lot of you have. So check it out if you haven't. Alright, let's talk about some punk, some hardcore. So this is what Pat sent me. And I thought this was a really cool touch. He put his the opening to his channel on the cover of this. It says Ground Zero Salem. So that was really cool. And Pat, I can't thank you enough for this. This has been a very big eye-opener. I've been really trying to dig into all this stuff. And I actually, so he puts the track listing in here like this. And I was trying to figure out what song was what just the other night, and I could not figure out what I was listening to. And I was like, why am I so confused? Why these song titles have nothing to do with or sound anything like what I thought these bands were? And then I went, oh yeah, I was looking at completely the wrong side. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff in here that I'm still trying to really absorb and get into. I really liked Discharge, of course. I think most people do. Tragedy is awesome. Hellshock's great. Doom was fucking amazing. The only bands on here that I was really like could say that I've listened to, more than once or twice would be like Madball's on here, DRI, Integrity I've listened to a few times. So I mean, but pretty much everything else I've either heard of and meant to get around to checking them out, or just never heard at all. And I think he said these are all like from a collection. This is all from his 7-inch collection. So it's pretty cool stuff on here, man. So Pat, thanks so much. I like I was saying, this has been a real eye opener, and it's been really fun to dig into this stuff. So it is being listened to, I promise you. Hell yeah. Alright, so these three, they've been sitting in here a while. I've been meaning to talk about it. Well, the last one kind of been fairly a new one. But yeah, I was like, if I don't talk about them now, they're never going to get talked about. So this first one we have is, yeah, finished death thrash band. This is Scumripper, All Veins Blazing. And I think all these are from last year that I just never got around to picking up at the time when they came out. So they play like a sort of necro-filled style of music. I mean, it's almost like has a black metal edge. Definitely a lot of punk influence when it comes to this band. Love the shell, by the way. It's just nice purple. I don't see a lot of purple shells. At least I don't come across it. But this stuff feels like really dissonant. Like listening to it feels like everyone's kind of playing a totally different song, but somehow it works out and there's cohesion in it, and it just kind of ends up making a song that's not out of control. So it feels wild as fuck. Like everything's just kind of flying off the handle, but it somehow comes together and it just makes for some pretty good music. So fairly new band. I think they've only been around since 2015. Yeah, I think so. So this is their debut, I believe. So it'd definitely be cool to hear more from them, see how where they're gonna go from this point. It's pretty wild stuff. I mean, it's not like completely insane or anything, but it feels like borderline insanity pretty much listening to this. So check it out. This one right here, this is my shit. This is everything I'm looking for in a black thrash album. Amazing stuff. Don't know how you guys feel about it, but I fucking love this. This is Alcholocaust. The Portuguese Alcholocaust with Necro, Apocalipse, Bestial. The way they spell Apocalypse always throws me off, so I can never remember the title of this album. Yeah, fucking awesome shit. If you're into bands like Abigail from Japan or Deathhammer, this is definitely something you need to check out. I mean, holy fuck. Just perfect black thrash, pretty much. Just black shell there. Great soloing, great drum hooks, plenty of those classic 80s riffs. Nothing not to like on here, pretty much. And once again, another debut full length. I was going to say something else. I think they did a few demos in the mid 2000s. I think one in 05, 09, and I think in 2012. So it was kind of looking like they were going to fall off the face of the earth for a while, but they managed to come back and put this one out last year. And this is some really cool stuff. I mean, you know, stuff I need to track down, honestly, be those demos, but this one is, yeah, I'm reminded of, what's that Abigail song, Sex and Metal, I think is the name of it. What the fucking album is that on? I can never fucking remember. Hell. Yeah. Final Damnation, their newest one. So it sounds very similar to that. If you like any type of Abigail stuff, this will be right up your alley. I mean, it's just balls to the wall, fucking awesome shit. So, yeah. And finally, we have the new one that I think it almost came out this year. It was just a little bit early for that. But we got the new one from Pentacle. Spectre of the Eight Ropes. Yeah. Now, like when I was talking about in the Molder review last time, I was talking a lot how they were influenced a lot by Asphyx, and you can hear Asphyx in their sound. And it kind of made me think, as like, you know what, Pentacle does not get enough credit. I mean, they've been around almost as long as Asphyx. Very similar style of band, and I mean, goddamn, they've got some killer fucking riffs also. I mean, this, when you're listening to this, you can definitely hear where Molder was taking influence from them as well. So, I mean, I really kind of wish I had talked about them in that review. But yeah, in terms of this being a new album and they've been around so long, this is some of their best stuff, I think. Really, really well put together riffs. The songwriting is great. Just great music overall, and it's just kind of a shame that they get overlooked when it comes to, especially the Netherlands scene. I mean, when it comes to, you know, all, you know, classic bands that have come out of there, you don't hear Pinnacle a lot anyway. Yeah, like I was saying, some of their best material. I would definitely give this band a chance if you haven't yet. I mean, if you like Asphyx, or Molder, I mean, there's no reason you won't like Pinnacle. And it's finally nice to have something from them that I've, you know, other than that split with Sadistic Intent, which I fucking loved. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm sitting here saying give Pinnacle a chance, and here I am. This is the only other thing I own from them. But, you know, it's whatever. Yeah, really cool band. I mean, definitely check these guys out. I don't think you'd be disappointed. It'd be something you probably dig. Okay. Once again, I've been recording this video all day and night, trying to get it somewhat bearable. Next time, I'm definitely going to do a mishmash of stuff because I just got to get some of this stuff out or it's never going to get done. So there'll be records, CDs, probably some more tapes. So if that'll be something you're into, definitely come on by. Well, pay me a visit. So go check out the links below. Check out all these bands. Go check out Pat and Eli. Go check out Eli's Distro. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram if you want to do that. Subscribe if you want while you're here. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. We'll see you next time.